She choked the game away at the free throw line, and the fans are blaming Tyler Marsh. We got some controversy going on. We got all the Sky fans crashing out. They crashing out blaming the coach because Angel Reese missed a free throw at the end.
Angel Reese just had another rough night on the court, and it turned into more comedy than basketball. Chicago Sky fans are panicking like kids caught with cookie crumbs. Now, the coach is catching all the blame, excuses are stacking up, and Reese's camp is in full damage control. The funniest part: while her fans are busy pointing fingers, they're also trying to hype up fake WNBA viewership numbers to compete with Caitlin Clark's spotlight. But fake stats don't erase missed layups. The whole scene felt like a bad reality show finale, loud, dramatic, and kind of hilarious. Reese
Angel had the and-one opportunity. In that moment, was that a decision to have her miss, or just what was the thinking there in that scenario?
No, she asked if we wanted her to miss. I told her to make it. It would have only been a 1 or 2 point game. It'd been a 1 possession game anyway. So no, she just missed the free throw. I mean, it happens. So no.
Had the perfect chance to step up. The crowd was buzzing, the game was close, and all eyes were on her. Instead of shining, it turned into a blooper. No big play, no highlight, not even a solid possession. It was so awkward that even the announcers couldn't hide their shock. Her supporters tried to defend.
All her fault, her teammates stink. They gotta catch that, right? Right! Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby, put down the butter. Butter pecan! Bang! This time of the year's the best. You got pumpkin spice football and Angel Reese layups. Bang! Final play of the game, Angel Reese clutch gene. Womp, womp, womp. That's my Barbie. Bang!
Her, saying teammates should have helped more or that the coach made mistakes. But at the end of the day, she missed. Pressure didn't bring out the best in her, it made things worse. Chicago fans watched their star crack under the spotlight, turning what could have been a clutch moment into a total collapse. And of course, the blame game kicked in.
Damn, Angel. Damn. Jag the game at the free throw line, man. It's a lot of controversy going on in Chicago. The Sky fans are blaming Tyler Marsh for Angel Reese losing the game at the free throw line and ruining the Chicago Sky's chances of really cutting the lead down to 1 and giving themselves a chance to keep playing and try to get an upset in.
Some fans went after the coach, saying it was his fault for the loss. Others started spinning wild excuses. Anything but admitting Reese just had a bad game. But the truth is simple: she had the chance, she missed, and it cost them another day, another loss for Chicago. Angel Reese had her chances, but instead of making plays, it turned into a mess.
Reese, 4:59. Let's get it. Bang! Another day, another loss for the bump squad in Chicago. Look at this crap. Bang! What they say, you will never lead the league in turnovers if you don't try for it. Here she goes. Bang! What do telemarketers and Angel Reese have in common? They're both getting blocked. Bang! It's this mukbang I see on TikTok. All I know is a brick bang. Here we go. Brick. Me bound. Bang!
She kept getting blocked, missing shots, and handing out turnovers like free samples. Fans joked it looked more like a blooper reel than a real game. But instead of holding her accountable, social media made it sound like some big cover-up. According to her defenders, it was all the coach's fault.
Reese had made her triumphant return from a back injury. That's right, a back injury. Yeah, absolutely, that she had suffered at some point that we don't exactly know at what point she suffered said back injury. Well, it didn't take long for the Chicago Sky as an organization to get back to what it is they do best, which is the diabolical celebration of Angel Reese's double-doubles in law.
They acted like he tied her shoes together before the last play. The excuses got more dramatic than the game itself. Reese also returned from a so-called back injury, though no one really knows when she got hurt. That didn't stop the team from hyping her up again, even while losing. The Sky kept celebrating her double-doubles, even though the team's record when she gets them is
Statistic, this would have been prior to this loss, that there were something like 15 and 31 when she gets a double-double. You over 15 games under 500 when she gets a double-double. Y'all out here celebrating this? I'd be embarrassed as a mother bleeper. I'd be embarrassed as hell. And of course, Angel Reese last night, she was deep in her bag. Woo-wee! I mean, brought a backpack with her. Put it down, started reaching in it, and pulling out the whiffs, let me tell you.
way under .500. In other words, the stat looks nice, but it doesn't lead to wins. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, is doing the complete opposite. She's breaking records, hitting logo threes, filling arenas, and lifting the whole league. Her highlights are historic. Reese's highlights usually go viral for the wrong reasons, missed plays and frustrated fans. The difference is clear. Clark is building a legacy. Reese is building excuses. And whenever things go wrong, her fan base starts pointing fingers at everyone else instead of facing the truth. Chicago Sky fans keep pulling the oldest trick in the book, fake viewership numbers. After Angel Reese had another rough night, WNBA Twitter suddenly acted like her game pulled in more viewers than the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift's tour.
And you know what else y'all need to stop doing, Sky fans? I'll tell you. Y'all need to stop doing this. Can y'all stop coming up with these fake stats? Please, please. Stop trying to compete with Caitlin Clark in the viewership game, because you can't compete. You guys are coming up with fake viewership numbers, using viewership numbers from a year ago. In case you don't know, the Chicago Sky fans went and put up this, saying that in the most recent matchup, Angel Reese versus Asia Wilson, it did 1.22 million views. No, it didn't.
And the moon landing put together. It was pure comedy. The truth. Those record numbers were just recycled stats from last year, padded with highlight clips, social media scrolls, and cable comparisons that don't mean much.
It's from last season, and it only got those numbers because it was a lead-in to the Caitlin Clark game following it, and the game went on longer than it was supposed to, so people had already turned to the channel and was waiting for the Caitlin Clark show to start. Stop it, man. Y'all gotta knock.
For example, fans claimed the Reese versus Aya Wilson game hit 1.22 million viewers. Nope. What really happened is the game dragged into the time slot before a Caitlin Clark game. People were already tuned and waiting for Clark, and Reese's game just got the spillover. In reality, it only averaged about 230,000.
Angel Reese fans out here lying about viewership from the game versus the Aces 2 nights ago. Fun fact, it only averaged around 230,000 average viewers. Just in case y'all don't know. That's not good. That is not good. That's not good. That's bad business. That's bad business.
Viewers, not even close to the hype. Meanwhile, Clark doesn't need fake numbers. Her ratings are real. Whenever she plays, TV networks see huge spikes, teams move games to bigger arenas, and her jerseys sell out so fast they crash websites. That's real star power you can measure, not made-up stats from Reese's fanbase. When that excuse doesn't work, Reese defenders shift to blaming the refs. Suddenly every whistle is rigged against her, every call is biased, and the league is secretly plotting to make her look bad just to boost Caitlin Clark. All because she missed a layup. And when blaming refs doesn't stick, some fans start blaming her teammates. They complain the role players aren't setting screens.
Over here, Brick Center posted this. Angel was deep in her bag last night, and let's just check it out right here. Calling for the ball. I don't know if she threw any fits last night. By the way, somebody put up that she's the most blocked player in the WNBA.
Passing perfectly, or protecting her brand. Somehow, everything is someone else's fault, except Angel Reese's. The deeper you look, the more obvious it becomes, this isn't really about basketball. It's about the shadow Caitlin Clark casts over everything Reese does. Every time Angel Reese plays, people compare her to Caitlin Clark. Every miss, every mistake, turns into a debate. Clark is proving she's great, while Reese is being propped up by Twitter threads and excuses. Reese had the ball, called for it, and tried to make plays, but it didn't look good. Fans even pointed out she's the most blocked player in the league. And honestly, that makes sense. Reese works hard, she's long, she hustles, and she's got a big personality. But pure basketball skill, it's not really there. Her footwork is awkward, her touch around the basket is shaky, and her decisions on the court often hurt her team. No spreadsheet, no fake stat, no excuse can change that. When the game is on the line, you either come through or you don't. Clark does. Reese doesn't. What makes it worse is her fans making excuses for her. Instead of just admitting she had a bad game.
Stop playing games, y'all. Make yourselves look crazy every time you do this, because we know exactly why you are doing this. We know why y'all doing this. Y'all are so thirsty to try to keep her in some sort of hanging in the balance with Caitlin Clark, and it is not possible. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not possible. You guys are making yourselves look crazy when you do things like this and post fake viewership numbers to try to make her seem more lit than what it is.
They twist themselves into wild explanations for why it wasn't her fault. It's like someone tripping on the sidewalk and then blaming their shoes, the cement, and even the moon, everything but themselves. Meanwhile, Clark keeps dominating. She scores, she assists, she lifts her teammates, and she delivers when it matters. Reese keeps fumbling in big moments and ends up going viral for the wrong reasons. Until Reese shows she can perform under pressure, she'll keep being defined by the excuses her supporters make. And those excuses just make
Did a fake viewership. Stop it. You look crazy. Y'all look crazy. Y'all blaming Tyler Marsh for her missing free throw at the end of the game to cut the lead to 1. Y'all posting fake viewership numbers. Y'all don't gotta do all of that. Just let
her fan base look desperate. Everyone knows exactly why they do it, because Clark's shadow is too big to escape. Fans keep trying to keep Angel Reese in the same conversation as Caitlin Clark, but it's just not possible. Every time Reese struggles, the excuses roll out like clockwork. First it's the coach's fault. Then it's her teammates. Then it's the refs. Then the broadcasters. And if all else fails, they'll blame the universe. It's the same cycle over and over, and it's gotten predictable. Meanwhile, Clark doesn't need excuses. She's hitting logo threes, selling out arenas, and breaking TV records. Her game speaks for itself. Reese's fans, on the other hand, are posting fake viewership numbers and blaming Tyler Marsh because
The offense through her, she does great, but at the expense of the whole team. That's a smart-ass comment, and I mean not he's a smart-ass. He's smart, and that's a smart comment. At the expense of the team. Quote, strikes again, leading the team to another L, fighting for the worst record in the league. So impressive.
And when blaming the coach doesn't work, fans go after the whole system. Suddenly, it's about the roster, the playbook, or the organization itself. Anything but putting the responsibility where it belongs. On Reese. When Angel Reese has a bad game, her fans flip the story. It's never her fault, it's always the team that failed her. But look at Caitlin Clark. She joined the worst team in the league and turned them into a playoff contender in her first season. She didn't complain about the system, she made it better. She hits tough shots, controls the game, and makes her teammates stronger. That's why Fever games matter now. And her fans don't waste time making excuses, they're celebrating real wins. Now let's talk about the so-called viewership records around Reese. Her defenders act like every game she plays breaks ratings records. But if you dig deeper, most of those numbers are inflated. A lot of those sold out arenas. Half the tickets were giveaways. A lot of those
lost. Dang, me bounds don't get you into the playoffs. No playoffs. More like bored Barbie. Wow, the rebounding stats are incredible. Don't forget the big L, too. L, another loss, amazing. Whoa, L, bunch of L's. Bunch of